What if the sky above you never stopped flashing? What if the air crackled with so much electricity that stepping outside could be your last mistake? Some places on Earth are so cursed with lightning that scientists struggle to understand why. We're talking about entire landscapes scorched black, people getting electrocuted out of nowhere, and places where lightning is as common as breathing. Keep watching, because each place is more terrifying than the last. Your one subscribe can fuel my passion, keep my dream alive, and push me to create even better content just for you. Number 10. Singapore, the city that never stops flashing. Welcome to Singapore, a city so futuristic, it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. But there's something else happening here that no one talks about. Lightning strikes so frequently that it feels like the sky is waging war on the ground. With over 170 lightning days per year, the city's skyscrapers act like giant lightning rods, attracting bolts powerful enough to turn steel into molten metal. Pilots approaching Singapore often report storms so intense they completely blind the cockpit with non-stop flashes. But here's the real nightmare. Singapore's Changi Airport has experienced direct lightning strikes on airplanes mid-flight. Imagine sitting inside a plane when, out of nowhere, a bolt of electricity smashes into the wing, shaking the entire aircraft. If you think that's bad, the next place has storms so violent they last for months without stopping. Number 9. Lake Maracaibo, Venezuela. The eternal lightning storm. Forget thunderstorms that last an hour or two. Welcome to the place where the sky never turns dark. Lake Maracaibo holds the world record for the most lightning strikes in a single location, an insane 260 strikes per hour. But here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't a seasonal phenomenon. It happens for 300 nights a year. That means almost every single night, the sky above this lake transforms into a hellish light show of never-ending electric fury. Sailors who have passed through the lake call it the gateway to hell. Boats have been incinerated, entire villages near the shore have been burned to the ground, and fishermen have died instantly from direct strikes. But the next place? It's even worse, where the ground itself has turned into a graveyard of scorched bodies. Number 8. Kuka, Democratic Republic of the Congo. The deadliest lightning ground in Africa. Deep in the heart of Africa, there's a place where stepping outside during a storm is like playing Russian roulette with nature. Welcome to Kuka, a town that holds one of the highest lightning densities in the world, where the sky delivers over 150 lightning bolts per square kilometer every year. The locals have a name for it: the sky's wrath. And for good reason. Entire herds of cattle have been wiped out in a single instant. Houses reduced to smoking ruins. And the most horrifying part? People have been electrocuted inside their own homes. Imagine sleeping peacefully when, boom, a blinding flash of white engulfs your room, setting your bed on fire before you can even react. But if you think lightning on land is scary, the next place gets hit so often, it has turned the ocean itself into a battlefield. Number 7. The Atlantic Ocean. Near Colombia. The Oceanic Lightning Graveyard. You're sailing through the Atlantic, the waters calm and peaceful. Then, without warning, the sky erupts with an explosion of light and fire. This stretch of ocean near Colombia is home to some of the most intense oceanic lightning on the planet. Ships passing through have reported being hit multiple times in a single night, their entire navigation systems fried by direct strikes. But the real terror? Planes flying above have mysteriously disappeared. Pilots have described flying over this area as entering an electric war zone. Instruments fail, radio signals vanish, and then a blinding flash, followed by total silence. Number 6. Darwin, Australia. The city. Under siege by lightning. If there's a place on Earth where nature is constantly trying to wipe out civilization, it's Darwin, Australia. This city is hit by over 80 lightning storms a year, and when they strike hard. Locals have witnessed trees explode into flames, power lines melting like wax, and entire neighborhoods plunged into darkness in seconds. But here's the most terrifying part. People have been struck while standing indoors. How? The lightning travels through plumbing, electrical wiring, and even floors. Imagine taking a shower when suddenly a white-hot jolt of electricity shoots through the water, turning the bathroom into a death trap. But what happens when an entire mountain becomes a magnet for lightning? Keep watching, because number 5 will haunt you. I told you before, and I'll say it again. Your one subscribe truly fuels my passion and keeps my dream alive. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. It means the world to me. Number 5. The Himalayas. A death trap in the clouds. Most people think of the Himalayas as a place of peace and beauty. But hidden in those snowy peaks is one of the most dangerous lightning zones in the world. At such high altitudes, the atmosphere is so unstable that lightning storms form out of nowhere. The worst part? There's nowhere to hide. Mountaineers have been climbing these treacherous peaks only to be struck by lightning at 20,000 feet above sea level. The electrical charges in the thin air are so intense that even their metal climbing gear turns into conductors, frying them on the spot. And it doesn't stop there. Avalanches triggered by lightning have buried entire teams alive. Imagine standing on an icy ridge when suddenly, boom, a bolt hits the mountainside, sending tons of snow crashing down toward you. And now things get even deadlier. Because at number 4, lightning doesn't just strike, it turns people into human fireballs. Number 4, Catatumbo, Venezuela. The world's most intense electrical storms. We already talked about Lake Maracaibo, but the surrounding region is even more terrifying. Here, lightning storms rage for over 200 days a year. But what makes Catatumbo truly terrifying? The phenomenon of electrical discharges in the air. This means that sometimes, lightning doesn't even need to strike you directly to kill you. People have reported feeling their hair rise, their skin tingling, and then suddenly collapsing from an invisible shockwave of pure electricity. And the fishermen? Many have disappeared without a trace. Their boats found charred and abandoned, floating in the storm's aftermath. But number 3? This place has turned into an actual graveyard of lightning victims. Number 3, Johannesburg, South Africa. The lightning capital of the world. In Johannesburg, lightning doesn't just strike, it hunts. This city experiences hundreds of strikes per hour during peak storms, and the effects are horrifying. Cars have exploded from direct hits, entire buildings set ablaze, and people simply vanish in a blinding flash. The most chilling case? A soccer team was playing in an open field when, out of nowhere, a single bolt of lightning struck, and 7 players dropped dead instantly. The rest? Thrown to the ground, their shoes literally blown off their feet. If you think that's horrifying, wait till you hear about number 2, a place where lightning is so powerful, it has its own electric storms in the air. Number 2, the Congo Basin, a place where lightning never sleeps. The jungles of the Congo Basin are one of the most electrically unstable places on Earth. Every year, this region is bombarded with over 1 million lightning strikes. And this isn't normal lightning. The strikes here are so powerful that they leave behind glass-like scars in the soil, formed by the sand melting under the heat. But here's what makes this place truly terrifying. People have reported mysterious glowing spheres floating in the air. Scientists believe these could be ball lightning, a rare, unexplained phenomenon where lightning manifests as floating orbs of pure electricity. One horrifying event? A tribe deep in the jungle claimed an entire village was wiped out overnight, burned to nothing, as if nature itself erased them. But nothing can prepare you for number 1. This is the most terrifying lightning zone on Earth. Number 1. The Brahmaputra River Valley, India, the world's most dangerous lightning zone. This is it, the single deadliest place on Earth when it comes to lightning. In the Brahmaputra Valley, thousands of people are killed every year by relentless lightning storms. Entire villages have been burned to the ground. Livestock have been electrocuted en masse. And the river itself? It glows with electricity during peak storms. But the most chilling thing? Eyewitnesses claim that the lightning here sometimes strikes the same spot repeatedly, almost as if something supernatural is at play. One survivor's story? A man was walking home when lightning struck him. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. His burns were so severe that his clothes were fused to his skin, yet he somehow survived. And this is happening right now. This place is a living nightmare, one of the deadliest locations on Earth. So, which of these terrifying places shocked you the most? Have you ever witnessed a lightning storm up close? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, Subscribe now because we have even more mind-blowing top 10 lists coming your way.